Yo, let's go and welcome to the video. Today's fight is High Astromancer Solarian. Our strategy is to have a couple people off to the side to tank the debuff, which I didn't get this fight, which helps out so we don't have to run out of the group. But we start off with the normal rotation, Fairy Fire, Insect Swarm, Moonfire while we get into our little group here. And then right away we have Heroism, Unused Trinket, and Destropot. So I should have already used Demonic Rune right here since I didn't use a mana pot. It's a 4.5 minute fight, so I could have gotten 3 uses out of this, and you'll see why that would be important at the end of the fight here. Keep up Fairy Fire, Moonfire, and Starfire until she goes away and splits. So this is where you could try to be a little bit risky and get a little bit more damage to help your parse out, is to either pre-bark skin if you're really worried, but that's just a little bit extra mana to use, or you could just try to hurricane as soon as possible. So as soon as you think the tanks are good, or the first Warlock seed is popping or anything, drop that hurricane as soon as you can. The later you drop it, the less damage you're going to do, the lower your parse is going to be. Then right here for the 2 ads, I usually just Moonfire them, and then I'm back on the boss. They just melt. Could even just like use a Wrath on each one. But Moonfiring lets me, move since the boss is all the way in the back. Helps me move a little bit and still do that little bit of damage. It's pretty easy to stay in range of the totems on this fight. Then it's just rinse and repeat. She's gonna split again soon. Hurricane as soon as possible. Just make sure you're using your trinkets. Priests are up. I'm using my little Moonfires on them. Fairy Fire and Moonfire. And then now I should be popping a trinket, and I got my other Destropot. I do have the 4-piece set bonus, and I noticed during this fight I was letting Moonfire fall off a little bit and casting. I don't know why. See, like right here, I could have re-Moonfired for that one. My mana's getting low. I was trying to save the Dark Rune just because I don't like to farm them. And this is just only going to be my second one. I could have already used 2. Like 20 seconds, I could have used a third one. It skips there. I don't know. It skipped there earlier too. But we did have a couple people die, so I might not have had to use 3. The fight could have been a little quicker if they were up. So I have a couple decisions to make. You can see I'm looking at Fairy Fire. It's going to fall off at 7%. But I'm just going to keep pumping Starfires. So as I run out of mana, I do put it up at like 3%. And then I'm spamming my rank 5 Starfire, because I know my mana regen will let me cast that first. So the only thing that's really going to mess you up during this fight, parse-wise, is if you have to go over to your Arcane Soaking group because you get the debuff. But if you do, that's when you can use Insect Swarm, because I don't ever have it up, usually during the middle of the fight, unless I have to move. So I would Insect Swarm, Moonfire if that's not up as well. You could pop your Innervate at that time or your Force of Nature. And I end up getting one last rank 5 Starfire. So I love having a lower rank on my bar, just in case in situations like that. I ended up with just over 1400 DPS overall for the fight. just because we're able to make use of Hurricane in that fight. It helps out the DPS. Another thing I like to look at is crit percentage of like Moonfire and Starfire. So Starfire, 37%, that's pretty good. 50% for Moonfire is pretty crazy. That's just extra Nature's Grace procs right there, which is going to help out Starfire's DPS. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.